Hi everyone, it's Josh from Dungeon Boys, welcoming you back for another episode of adventure as we play through The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. In our last episode, our party dealt with some rogue Harengons, learned that the thieves were led by Agdon Longscarf, and added Robert the Snail to their traveling adventures. What secrets will we uncover, and what adventure will we find? Join us as we explore more of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Can I go?
Where can we find Agdon?
We're going back to, let me check my map.
The swampy, ploppy woods.
The northern side.
The northern side.
We going back to the tollway.
Where's that?
Directions are weird around here, man. You don't probably know that, but it's
You dare call me a man?
my friend. It's like kind of north, but I don't. Things are weird here.
So it's called the Tollway?
The tollway, T-O-L-L.
Tollway.
Yeah, the Brigands Tollway.
Can you draw me a map?
You may leave. You did a fine job today.
Your kingdom thanks you.
Good dude.
Thank you.
Now he's got about 12. He's got about 36 seconds before he realizes he was magicked.
Okay, gotcha. I think that's where that dude is.
We will fix it in post.
Let me make sure.
Either way, he's gonna be there. Like it's not.
If I have to drag his corpse over there.
Yeah, that's where he is.
Okay.
Doodoo babu bop bachimbi wapo. Okay, so you guys are. We're gonna call you out of combat.
Yo!
The hares are leaving. There is one unconscious right in front of you, Prince.
Mm-hmm.
The hares are leaving besides him, though. So you guys are free to act in whatever way you see fit.
I want to do two things. I want to loot their slings and ammos, and I
Okay.
want to pick up my 3 daggers.
Gotcha. So you grab 3 daggers. One of them is stuck in the side of the snail. The other ones were stuck in the mud.
That's the go.
And there are 2 clubs and 2 slingshots on the ground.
So how far away are they?
From you now?
Yeah.
I mean, they're 70, 80 feet from you now and getting farther.
Okay.
But you are still unconscious.
I know.
If I used a slingshot to launch a magic stone, would I add the 2 damages together?
Oh, I guess it depends on what the stone would do. What's the stone do?
Stone does a d6 damage.
You just like magic damage.
Yeah.
I would add it because it's adding a magical effect to the force of the projectile itself.
What's the sling say? Or what's the spell say to the? Or what's the language of the stone spell? Because it might already take into account the damage of the stone.
Dang it. Show filters. Cantrips. Magic stone, magic stone, magic stone.
But also, you all are free to do.
If thrown, it has a range of 60 feet. If someone else attacks with the pebble, that attacker adds your spellcasting ability modifier, not the attacker's, to the attack roll. On a hit, the target takes bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Hit or miss, the spell on the stone ends.
Okay. Well, a regular stone is a D4, and so the slingshot was a D4. That's already a D6 plus some sort of modifier. No.
Spellcasting modifier.
Plus your spellcasting modifier. You want to could you modify the spell if you're going to use this? If you're going to shoot it out of the slingshot, I guess will increase the velocity. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, add the D4.
So we want to do a D4 and a D6, or you just want me to roll a D10?
I feel like you're more likely to get a good roll out of a D4 and a D6.
Yeah.
Or it feels that way.
A D4 and a D6 you can only roll as low as 2.
Yeah, true. Sounds good to me. Mark it down. All right, what else y'all doing? Eric is on the ground, breathing shallowly, but he's stable. Mick, you are right there beside him. How long does your illusion last?
Like 10 minutes. I'm actually going to drop the illusion.
All right, the illusion has dissipated. The guy on the ground is waking up. He's like, where is everybody? Where's?
Hey, Prince, could you grab me one of those slingshots and...
Hey, where's everybody at?
They ran away.
Which way they go?
Tollway, I think.
All right. He stands up and begins like jaunting off. Now you're free to say whatever it is you want to say and do whatever you want to do.
Hey, anybody a healer? I think Eric needs some help.
I can do that. Saunter on over.
Okay.
Let me get to it. Hang on. Hold up. Hang on. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. Creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Okay.
Noise. You a zombie robot?
3 plus spell. Why would we do that?
So am I immediately awake?
You get 4.
Yes,
Okay.
you immediately wake up. You're able to take in a big breath. Blood is drying and caking on your forehead. You're bruised on your ribs and in your belly. You've been beat up pretty bad.
Would it be possible to catch one of those that are already out there?
I'm alive.
No,
I'm a kill.
He's got 600 range.
Oh, with a longbow? Yeah, you can shoot at them as they run away.
What do you got?
No. Can I use... So, I have 15 feet, correct? Since...
Alright, but remember, we want to ground ourselves in gameplay too, so do think about the fact that you just pretty much died and are now awaking from that.
I'd like to do Hunter's Mark, because I get advantage on finding where they are. So
okay.
I'd like to just mark them at least.
Okay, how do you do that?
Clever.
I need to be within 90 feet of them.
Okay, you're just barely within 90 feet.
Yeah.
As you gain consciousnness, you
Okay.
can see the rabbits limping away.
Poor Jelly.
I'm gonna do...
He's in direct line
I'm gonna
of
do...
sight.
Which one... Which one is healthier than any of them?
Jelly.
Only one of them's been shot.
Uh,
Well, no, I guess the one there's one very close to you who's limping away currently.
Yeah.
That's just been knocked
There you
unconscious
go.
by Grim.
Number 2.
I mean, the way he hit him was Grim.
Right?
By
I didn't know if
Prince.
Xenos wanted to do something with him.
No, that's fine. I've done all I needed.
Think like Eric, not like John.
Okay. I'm going to do... Probably...
Hunter's Mark would be good. You can track him with that, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna do Gibrick. Or
The one
Gibrick?
that's been shot in the leg.
Yeah.
That would be based on the way we have our map. She's hard to see.
She's
Oh.
behind the. She's number 1 up there.
Oh, behind the snail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you
So
gain
you can
consciousness-
either get 5 or you can get 2. That's
Okay.
your options.
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay. I'll do 5 then.
Okay.
That's
No.
Jelly.
2, actually. Yeah, 2.
That's
John.
So, 2.
Just pick one, dude.
Yeah.
Two.
Take a breath and make a choice.
Sorry.
Roll a dice.
Do what Eric would do.
And make the change.
So 2 is close. That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know what you have to do for Hunter's Mark, but
Stab them.
Hunter's Mark. You choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your query. Until the spell ends, which is an hour, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to target whether you hit the weapon attack. You have advantage on Wisdom Perception or Wisdom Survival check to find it. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action to choose another target to use it on.
okay. So you can I thought you had to like hit him with something. So if you can mark either one of those you want, 5 or 2 is fine.
Okay, 2.
Okay.
Since
2.
it's
I'll
closer.
make the trip
Gotcha.
back.
You mark 2 with your ethereal magic ranger powers, and now you gain those benefits as it walks away.
Eric, whoa, what was that? Take it easy. You just came back.
I think... Just let him go. I can hunt him down once he leaves.
You want to
So-
hunt him down?
I'd like to go where they are going.
Okay. Well, hey, take it
Someplace
easy
called
for a
the
minute.
Tollway.
Doorway?
The Tollway.
Tollway.
I don't know where that is. Directions are weird, apparently.
Well, look, we'll find it. Is everybody okay? Rusty, you all right up there?
Yes. You ladies want to ride?
Somehow I feel like I'd be faster than that thing.
Probably.
To be honest
but
with you.
This one won't get stuck in the mud.
I
And
could
also,
I could probably use a ride.
it won't stop moving, and we could just sit and talk while it goes.
You've convinced me. That's fine. How many do we need to track ammo in this world?
Oh yeah, I used 3.
I think that'd be cool.
No infinite daggers.
Rocks is easy, arrows
Rocks
not
is
so
easy.
much. You guys, just cease combat or whatever. I mean, I don't know if this is the middle of an episode. Probably is, honestly.
We're only
But-
10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Pretty
Anyhow,
much,
combat.
yeah.
the snail is sitting there rumbling. Eric is hurt very bad, but just been revived. Prince has some pain going on. Mick unscathed. Rusty is actually probably hurting pretty good, right? Based on your
I
health.
actually have a pretty good health pool because I think I got a 8 on both of my hit point rolls. So I have a maximum of 21.
Wow. Okay.
I'm down to 11.
So you're doing
Lucky.
okay. But you all guys are looking a little bit rough here in your first little jaunt into Prismere. But all that surrounds you now, after Eric has cast Hunter's Mark on one of the Harengons who are running away, all that's around you now is swamp, and the it seems as though the way that the hares were traveling along that causeway that traveled kind of like north by northeast, the one that you started on, almost directly north. But the hot air balloon that you saw go down is very much to the west. That was the first thing you noticed when you came off of the thing. Then you were approached by the hares, and they are now going a different direction, and you guys are free to do as you please.
Go ahead.
I'd like to cast Goodberry.
Okay?
Broodberry.
Goodberry is you just create 10 berries, and then whenever you consume them, it gives you 1 point of health.
Okay.
So I'd like to do that.
Start
And then
munching.
just cast it behind my back and then get it.
Okay.
Kind of like an illusion. So, would anyone like these berries?
Hey, what is that?
They are good berries. When you consume them, they heal you.
Oh, sure. I'll take a couple of those. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pass them around.
Alright,
Yeah.
so 3 for each. One of y'all are gonna get 4, but 3
I'll
in
just
total.
take 3.
Okay,
You,
three.
you need them more
Yeah,
than
you need them. I'll take 3.
in character. I'll just take 3. You need more of these than anyone, I feel like.
Yeah, we just had to scrape you up off the ground, so
I
yeah.
feel great. I feel
great.
great.
Fantastic.
It's all
I
good
could
looking
do
in
this
2
all
different
day.
directions. It's fine. It's all fine.
Now I guess we should plan out what we're going to do next. I don't really feel like this was a successful combat. We're all alive, barely.
Technically,
what do you guys
yeah.
want to do?
But before we head in, I was obviously the last one, but Mr. Light, was it? That told him? The big dude? Yeah.
Mr. Light told you that.
Mr. Light told me this.
Oh, there's also a dead body on the field.
I
Yeah,
looted
there's-
both of them.
Okay.
There's a dead body laying flat.
I thought you looted the guy that was unconscious.
Both.
Just like...
No, because I
Wait,
gave
wait,
you... You have a sling and I have a sling. I left the clubs.
Go ahead.
Okay, just making sure. He said, mind the rules of 3. Mind the rules of 3. Future, present, past. Find the Alicorn, free the queen at last.
That's interesting. Do you think it has anything to do with Zbilna?
Maybe.
What's an alicorn? In character.
We all...
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know if I've heard of one of those, but
I knew a unicorn named Al once.
rules of
Really?
3,
No,
past, future,
I thought
present.
about it though.
I mean, that sounds kind of like maybe that hourglass coven. So
That makes sense. For those curious watchers and listeners at home, an alicorn is a winged unicorn.
There you go.
because it didn't have enough going on for it.
Outright?
Oh, wait. I have one of those cards in...
Magic the Gathering.
Maybe we use the Alicorn. Maybe we find the Alicorn and then we could use the Alicorn to free the queen. I'm assuming the patron, I guess.
Possibly.
Also, it's
Could be.
No.
the rule of 3. We were looking for 3 people who stole our things.
That's what I'm saying. It
That's-
might have something to do with the hourglass coven.
I keep forgetting that they're part of the coven.
Yeah.
It's totally not like the rule of 2 from Star Wars or anything like that.
No. No.
I'm not going to allow you to make Star Wars canon in our D&D world.
We will continuously.
That
make
was
it.
not said in character.
I vote we go toward the...
There was that that balloon went down.
That's the
I
thing.
have a request.
What is your request, sir?
Our friend Eric has marked those things, and we can track them easier. We know which direction the blimp went down. Could we get a nap or something? I'm kind of old and tired.
You do look old.
And
It sounds
we've-
good.
we had
Dez
a-
is checking out the blimp, and you got the rabbit people there marked.
How many times, like, gradually, how many times do I have to do the save? Do you just tell me when it gets, like,
The what?
the time? Because I'm assuming when we're moving, I'd, like, have to search where they're going. Like, if they moved right, I'd have to check if they moved right.
To track them down?
Yeah, to track
Oh, yeah,
them
we'll
down.
deal with that if you go
Okay.
look at
I think you just have advantage on anything you do to track them.
Yeah. I make I think, a nature check? No, a survival check. I think that's what it
Actually,
was.
if we want to continue following them, then we could take turns piloting the snail and keep pace with them, and the rest of us could sleep.
It's true.
Sounds good. But we find the rabbit folks again. It didn't work out so good the first time.
That's my thought.
Or we go check out the crashed balloon thing, which, Rusty, that seems like it might be more up your alley. Like it's
I
a
am
thing.
quite interested in the flying machine.
Let's, if we could get that thing operating, maybe we could get around a lot easier.
That would be wondrous, but it did not look like it was in the best of shape before it crashed into the ground.
Well, yeah, but maybe you could reshape it. Maybe you could, you got tools and everything, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
We'll take a look.
So Dez is checking it out now. He'll be back before too long, but it was in that direction. I indicate the direction.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should start headed that way. I mean, it'll take us a little while to get there.
What sort of range do you have on your little bird friend?
17 miles.
It's 5 miles. It's like a long way. Long way. He can go and check out all kinds of fun stuff.
Then maybe we should head that way. That crash was pretty far. Could be outside your range.
As Mick outstretches his hand, as the raven flies, it's pretty easy to travel a few miles and return. It wasn't you.
Yeah, he said it was like a mile or two in the distance.
Yeah, so the raven returns.
Hey!
And you perceive that it traveled about 4 miles in that direction before it turned around. So he's traveled a total of 8 miles to get back to you, right?
Neat.
And he, telepathically communicates some of the things that he saw while you were there. So yeah,
download.
the bird is flying in as you guys continue to have this discussion. So
Hey, here he is now. Hey, let's see what we can find out.
downloading this information, he saw a crumbling stone tower rising out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatened to keel over. Black brambles were surrounding the base of the tower and clinging to its lower half, and hanging from the crenellations on the lower side. Anytime I've used the word parapet, I think crenellations is what I was talking about.
2 different things.
Are they? What's a parapet?
A parapet's like the little tower thing.
And then the crenellations are those block things.
Yep, little
That's the word I
jagged,
need to
toothy-looking
remember.
things at the top of a castle wall.
I've always been thinking that was what parapets were. Not the case.
What is a turret?
Turret?
Yeah.
That'd be like the rounded cornerstone kind of things where you can shoot out of.
So
Turrets.
describe parapet again.
So a crenellated parapet or a crenellated turret might be at the top of a parapet.
Is that what that is?
A parapet, from what I understand, it would have been like at the top of the like if you got a castle, it would have like the turret.
Yeah.
Well, like you would have the rounded things on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's where we get turrets now. And then the top of that would be the parapet.
Okay.
And
And then
the
the
parapet.
crenellations would be on the parapet.
Crenellations can be at the top of any wall.
Right.
So
Gotcha. But whenever we picture a parapet with crenellations, the crenellations are at the top. Okay.
Parapets are just raised walls. So like if you're looking at like a roof, a modern day brick building flat roof, the part where the wall raises up off the roof,
That's a parapet.
that's a parapet.
Okay.
Walmart has parapets. not
Walmart has
crenellations.
parapets,
Gotcha.
but no crenellations.
I wish they had crenellations.
Every wall at the top of a turret is a parapet. Not every wall at the top of a turret has crenellations.
I think it
White
also,
Castle has crenellated parapets.
It
It
does.
does.
I think it also has to have like some way. It's got to have like there's a specific like design for how that wall
Sure.
meets the roof, but it's like a little slope or something.
Okay.
Don't get me started on flying buttresses.
Alright. I love a good flying buttress.
A low protective wall along the edge of a roof, bridge, or balcony.
Anyhow, crenellations.
Parapet.
This tower is what this
Is
tower
it
has
encrusted with
crenellations.
crenellations?
This tower has crenellations, my friend. It is
All along
crenellated.
its spine.
My boys, this is
Hold
the
on,
tower
there's
in
a little
Strahd
bit
all over again. We need an NPC with a bow.
On the lower side of the... So let me read that again. The bird saw a tower jutting out of the swamp. It's leaning at a point where it looks like it is going to fall over at any minute. It has black brambles all around the bottom of it. And hanging from the crenellations on the tower, on the lower side of the tower's peak, is a large woven basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp. That's what you see.
Neat. I described this to the rest of the gentlemen. So it sounds like that basket, whatever it carried, it might be about to topple along with the tower. I don't know. Maybe we should go and check it out sooner rather than later.
I'd prefer to go that way. I don't really feel like getting involved with another scuffle just yet.
Yeah, let's rest up a little bit first. But let's head towards the parapet tower basket thing.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
What say you?
Hold up. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Eloquent as always.
That'll work.
I'm good with whatever you guys want to do. I just want to work on a few things I had some ideas for.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody gonna take a nap?
I would like to take a nap.
I'll stay up. I'd like to be familiar with this place a little bit more.
Here, let me show you how to drive this snail. Montage.
Okay. All right. So as you drive the snail several miles towards this thing, I don't think we're going to be able to get a long rest out of that. 4 miles isn't exactly.
Well, think about it, Keith. It goes 10 feet every 6 seconds.
That's true. So
And we're not dashing anyway.
it goes 60 feet a second then, right?
What?
Wow.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. So 10 feet every 6 seconds, which
Does
means
this
60
snail
feet a
have
minute.
like
60
some
feet a minute.
handholds?
60. I'm sorry, 60 feet a minute. I'm sorry, I just said the wrong word.
It wouldn't be 60 feet a minute either, would it?
Yeah, right.
It's 10 feet.
10
feet
times
per
6 is 60. You get 10
Times
100
10.
feet is
100
100 feet a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So then 100 feet a minute would put you at, it would take around
2 hours.
around 56 minutes to travel a mile, right?
Yeah, he says 2 miles to the crash rate.
To
4
4
miles.
miles.
Oh.
So it would take you about you're moving at about
A
a
mile
mile
an
an hour. Okay, so you guys have got about 4 hours worth of rest time that you can take.
Okay, it'll work.
Everybody at home is like, man, we really didn't care. God, we didn't care.
Just give them the long rest.
I can't do it.
I know.
I've been too prolific with long rest in the past, I think.
Well, we've been up
never
since-
taken long rests
You
in
do
the past.
take long rests.
We
We've
took
been
them in
up for a while.
Strahd.
That is true.
In the regular Dungeon Boys campaign.
We all don't need them anymore.
Yeah, we
You-
never took them.
You never get hurt. You just like topple cities and
That is still one of Arlo's goals. I want to destroy a city one day.
one day you will.
One day I will destroy a
Okay,
city.
well then, in that case,
One day a hard rain.
I'm not sleeping. I'm just going to.
Well, here's the thing. You guys
know.
can always take the option to, if you want to
Set
sleep
up
8
camp
hours,
there.
go for it.
I'm just saying, like, I will continue to be observant then.
Okay.
I
Well-
too will.
Hey, we can all get a little rest if you want, Eric. I think you probably need more rest than anybody. You just about we just about lost you back there, buddy. But hey, like Dez doesn't sleep, and he can wake us up if anybody comes by.
I'm gonna show Mick where what you're supposed to keep track on, just in case if we get lost. Make sure you just look at this and make sure everything is the same, and if anything changes, please do wake me up.
What's he looking at?
I'm just looking at, I'm assuming, the tracks and movement.
I guess he's telling you what to look out for just in case you
Yeah.
see more signs
That
of
makes sense.
the hairs
Yeah,
and things
my
like
bad.
that.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
All right, so what are we deciding to do here? We're traveling on a snail for 4 hours to the thing. 3 of you taking a short rest.
Yeah.
Well, short rest is anything that's not strenuous activity.
So you can I guess all of you can take a short rest as you travel then,
That works.
if you'd like. For a short rest, you can use your
You can only use your hit die.
hit dice, however many hit dice you have. You can use those to roll and get health back.
That'll work.
So
And you will be expending them permanently until your next long rest.
You get your Constitution modifier hit dice back after a long rest.
Mhm.
Okay, there you go.
how many hit dice do you have?
You have 2, 1 per level.
That's a lot.
Mm.
And now my hit dice says +3.
So you have. What's yours is like a D8?
Yeah.
What's your Constitution modifier?
2.
So you should have 2. You'd have. Well, I mean, you'd have 2 hit dice, so it'd be D8 plus 2 to regain health.
Okay.
So if we're all going to remain semi or completely conscious on the way
Yeah.
over there, I don't need a Raven watching over us. So, hey, Dads, you missed a lot while you were gone checking out the castle, man. We got under attack by all kind of stuff, and these rabbit people and everything. They went that direction. Can you go and see if you can find out? Just follow them. Just see where they
He
go.
gives you a nod and flies off in that.
Zenus.
Majestic.
Do you regain your slots or not?
Yeah, I'm just
before
talking
short
to a
rest?
bird,
No?
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, warlocks do, but you don't.
That's dumb.
So you regain all expended hit spell slots.
Hey,
That
Hey,
whole
hey,
one
hey.
that you have.
2.
It's
I'm
time
ready.
for a musical number.
So
Everybody
if that-
wants more hit dice.
If that is the case, then I would like to cast Healing Elixir before I take a rest.
Okay.
Well, you can take 4 short rests in this period, technically.
But it only lasts for 24 hours. So if I cast another one, it disappears.
I know what I'm saying. You cast it, we use it. You cast it, we use it. You just keep resting.
Then I do that.
Talk to me about healing elixir.
The mechanics of it sound good. It just creates a... okay, I'll just read it. It lasts for 24 hours. Casting time is a minute. Create a healing elixir, and it's a simple vial that appears in your hand. Hello.
Okay.
The elixir retains its potency for the duration, 24 hours, or until it's consumed, at which point the vial vanishes. As an action, you can drink the elixir administered to another creature. Drinker regains 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
I just don't have that many hit points. Like, we got the good berries. I
Yeah.
got my short rest hit die back. I'm good. I'm fully healed up.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a little nap. So I was just casting it so that I can rest, regain a health spell slot, and we just have it for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How you looking?
I'm looking really good now after
Okay,
that
feeling
short
better?
rest.
Awesome. Great.
Wait, does resting regain the spell slot?
Nope.
No.
Only warlocks.
oh, you know what? I can cast it twice.
Nice.
2 vials.
So yeah, I'm going to
Vile
spend my
creature.
2 spell slots for 2 health potions for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
And then I'll take me a short nap, and then y'all just kick me when we get there.
So everybody's kind of like, I assume you guys are somehow like weaving yourselves together to stay on I mean, this snail is a giant snail, but I don't know if it's like flat ground for you all to sit cross-legged on. So I picture you guys are, found some way to like lean properly, the 4 of you back to back.
This is the perfect
Sitting on the
use
snow.
for that 50 foot of hempen rope.
Yep.
Just tied to the side.
Right?
Rolling.
Like so much baggage.
Tied together.
I'm back there behind it water skiing very slowly.
Oh, I just got the hiccup again. All right, so
Keith.
oh God, yeah, I expected him to be here, but he was here. Look at that. Look at the map.
How you doing?
Also,
I'm on the big
Scoo-
screen now, boys.
The Scooby Doo shirt really helps with. It's like one of those things.
I wore that one last time, except that
Yeah.
one's yours, and you don't have mine.
That's right.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Where are
Sure.
you?
Is this what we're doing
We
for the
got
long
some
rest?
Work to do.
Do you want to
Short rest.
DM the short rest? Sorry.
I could drive. I like being a passenger though.
Okay.
I want to be over here.
All right. So
If the snail is clopping,
Who's got the coconuts?
I spent
Sorry.
like 2 or 3 hours yesterday re-downloading and reinstalling Red Dead Redemption 2 on my PlayStation because I saw one 10-second clip of someone riding a horse in that game, and I was like, I gotta.
worth it.
And so I this morning for 10 minutes before I came here, I got on my horse, I went clippity clopping down to the stream.
What?
I caught a tripe or something out of the river or whatever I caught.
Tripe.
Or it was some little. It looked like a brim. I don't know what it was actually.
Isn't that cow stomach?
Yeah, tripe is. Yeah, what am I thinking of?
A trout?
Maybe a trout. Maybe I'm mixing that up. Obviously a
pike?
trout. Yeah, I'm putting those two because pikes are in the game. Pikes are in the game.
Cast out, reeled in a cow stomach.
It was really nasty.
That's a messed up game,
Anyway,
brother.
I
There was a
love
fish in it.
I love riding horses in games if it's any good. Woo!
We're looking
So
at you,
good.
Skyrim.
Looking
You're
at
not
you,
that.
Skyrim, you stinker. Though it
Skyrim
is-
has been out for a hot minute. They
It-
need something fresh.
It
It's
is
still
super
going.
cool
It's
whenever
still
you
strong.
get that
It's
black
I played
horse.
it the other day.
I did too. I can't help it.
Shadowmere
Shadowmere.
is the name of that horse, Keith, you stupid. Get it right.
I didn't even say I didn't know his name. I
You
straight
said-
up
You
didn't.
said that.
Hey, do you guys remember the name of the of Strahd's horse?
Bocephalus.
Bose.
Oh, you got it.
Dude.
Cephaly?
Yeah,
Josephus.
pretty cool.
And
Anyway.
then there was the little thing we found on the side of the wooden horse.
Oh, yeah. I
I'm
forgot about
guessing,
that.
Is that where Strahd grew up? We never explored that.
Yeah, we
No.
just
Spoiler
we
alert.
just spanked him and went on our way.
We might be going back for another toe-to-toe with Straw.
We should,
Don't-
we should
maybe
hold that.
we'll see.
Maybe.
Cut that out, Josh. Don't tell him about that.
I will.
Cut it out. All right, cut that out in both ways.
Cut that
I'll
out.
add it to the beginning and the end.
Okay, so we're moving right along.
Is it?
The rest you guys have clippity clopped your way on the snail.
Oh yeah, the snail's name is Robert.
Robert?
That was,
No, it's
you
Ploppy.
renamed it?
No, I renamed it.
Oh, you did?
Carved its name.
So
into
now,
the
like-
shell.
Now, the name was there before, so you just added the Roberts. Now we got Ploppy Robert.
Okay, so you guys have arrived at the Slanty Tower, guys.
Oh my.
You
I have a
have,
perception.
you have arrived at the Slanty Tower.
It's called Hither.
Oh, sorry. You shouldn't see that.
I know, but it's just funny.
Anyway,
Because
How slanty we
there's
talking?
messed up directions because other people were in elsewhere. This is hither and thither.
Maybe yawn. Mm-hmm.
well, what was the line to get you into Prismere?
Hither, thither, and beyond.
Hither, thither, here and there.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Something, something.
Well, yeah, hither,
take me
thither.
there.
Hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, take me there.
Yeah.
Those are all the
Oh,
places?
I don't know.
He's naming the places?
I don't know who's naming the places. Anyway, let me read that again.
That makes sense.
A crumbling stone tower rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations on the lower side of the tower's peak is a large woven basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket full of brisket dangles 30 feet
Let's get it, boys.
above the surface of the swamp.
I could reach that.
Roll perception for me if you want to really examine this area.
I could reach it.
I want to smell that brisket.
Mm.
Man, come on, man.
Not performance. It is a
Performance.
I'm
Performance?
not going to look around. I am like intensely focused on like my tinkering stuff.
You're still tinkering?
Yeah, I'm not actually building anything right now. I don't have enough time to do that.
Mhm.
But like, I'm
Tinker,
just
tinker.
figuring out like the stuff I have. I feel like that would be more in character that he's not paying attention.
Okay, gotcha.
I got a mighty 7.
Okay.
What you got?
I got a 9.
I got a 10.
All right. You guys notice a few things.
There's a tower there.
The tower looks about 50 feet tall, about 20 feet in diameter.
Okay.
At the bottom, on the side opposite where the basket is hanging, you can see a door to go inside of it. So that's about it that you see from the outside. But you also see those black brambles which are covering the ground within 30 feet of the tower, clustering in a dense patch around the open doorway.
So it's kind of a bramble jam.
It's kind of a bramble jam. Whoa, Black Betty! Bramble jam.
That was coming.
As you approach on the snail, getting closer and closer, you hear, "You there! Please! I need your help!"
Hey, who's that?
Is that coming from the basket?
It's coming from the brisket.
It's coming from. It seems to be coming from the basket, and he says,
Brass-
"No! You, shush! Quiet! Whisper! Don't be so loud!"
I loudly whisper.
But you're yelling at us.
I'm very small. My voice doesn't carry quite as much. Please be quiet. You're closer to them.
Hey,
I'm
who's
motioning.
them? Who's
I don't
them?
want to talk, so I'm just like,
He can't see you motioning.
What do you need, buddy? You seem like you're in distress. What do you need?
You hear. Listen, I'm in a bit of a bind, as you can observe.
Bit of a basket.
I, Sir Talavar, as one of the Summer Queen's loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Bavlorna Blightstraw when our balloon was set upon by an ill wind and plummeting to its current unfortunate location. My pilot, the Honourable Wigglewog, did not survive. I've been trapped up here for a while now. Help me. I must tell my queen of what's happened here in Prismia, please.
is he a squirrel?
He is not a squirrel.
But he could be.
So, are there trees near the tower?
No trees.
It's just open.
Just
plain?
open swamp. Yes?
Can the snail go vertical?
Ooh.
The snail,
It's a snail,
now that you're
Keith.
paying attention, you can notice those big black brambles surrounding the tower. And you would, based on your knowledge of animals, you would determine that the snail would probably not like to take its fleshy bottom through those brambles.
In another situation, could the snail go vertical?
I like the idea of it.
We must armor the snail.
Snail treads. Okay.
So, I noticed that you were talking to a fellow in the basket up there.
Yes.
Do we want to try and climb up and get him, or...
Oh, I can climb. That's no problem. The only issue is getting closer to the tower.
I'm telling you, you must whisper. 2 serpents are asleep in the brambles, just outside the tower door. If you awaken them, they might put the squeeze on you. So shush. Or worse, devour me.
Hey, we'll be alright. Serpents don't have ears. It's okay. They
I
don't
beg
have
of you,
ears.
please.
What?
They didn't wake up from a crashing hot air balloon.
Dude, I don't know.
But I am whispering. I don't know why.
I am whispering as well.
Isn't he the one that's yelling?
I could throw a rock up there and knock him out of the basket.
He might die.
Yeah, you already lost Mr. Wiggles.
We catch him when he falls.
I have a thing for this situation, but I'm not going to use it.
Okay.
I have pixie dust.
You
I
could use
fly
the
up there
thing.
and- I could fly up there and grab him.
You could.
That seems like a waste.
It does.
Don't you have your crown that can make you fly?
That was
Yeah.
the other thing I have.
Does he have
I
anything
don't
to
want- I don't
offer
want
in
to use that.
exchange for use of such a potent magical item?
Probably not. I'm not going to risk it anyway. I don't really want to. I would much rather just climb up there and pluck him from his basket.
He is the servant of the Blightstraw thing.
No, he's not. You misheard.
Yeah, he's
a
getting away
he's
from
a
the
servant of the
Blightstraw.
queen. Blightstraw was after him. That
Oh.
I'm interested in. But again, well, that is.
Look, we need information. This guy, he seems like a talker.
I'm popping the dust.
You're popping the dust?
I'm doing it.
No, don't. I'm sure there's... I think I have something.
Well, I'm holding it like right here, right above my mouth.
Yeah, just do it.
What do you have?
I
Anything?
don't-
Just kind of dump it in
We'd
his
have,
eye.
to, we'd have to... It'd take like 8 hours for me to get something done.
How out of character? How far out did you say those brambles
30
extended?
feet.
30 feet. You think I can jump 30 feet
Vertically?
horizontally?
Can you?
I can jump. Let me see actually, because
So imagine the brambles are
You got
they're not
game,
just in the
man.
ground. They're not just the ground, they're like coming up the kind of the side of the tower as
all the
well.
way up.
So if you were to jump if you're just trying to jump over them and grab the base, you'd still be jumping right into some brambles.
We need an Arlo.
Do they look like they would skewer me or just hurt a little bit?
Roll a nature check and I'll see what I can tell you about them.
You could always just charm the dude out of the basket. Be like, "Come on, man, it's
Come on,
fine.
bro.
We'll catch you." Yeah, standing like 100 feet away, not even under the basket. We'll catch you.
But also, I'm not trying to determine if they're like poisonous or anything. Just how gnarly are those spikes?
They're they look kind of gnarly, I guess. They look like they would be hard for you to walk through, but they wouldn't hurt you too bad. Spending a lot of time with them would definitely slow you down, and he did mention there were 2 snakes in there, but from looking at the brambles and knowing about snakes, you're more concerned pain-wise would be the snakes than the brambles. The brambles are just going to slow you down.
Yeah. So whispering again, I look back at Rusty. Do you think it's worth it to waste the pixie dust now, or I could try to leap over there? I got a pretty good leap, I'll tell you. I'd still have to climb through the brambles though. If I by chance wake up the snakes, would you guys be able to distract them?
Oh yeah. That showed me a problem. But Rusty, how tall do you think this snail is? Can we get like right up underneath that basket?
I don't think it's that. How high is the basket off the ground?
30 feet.
50 feet.
Tower's 50 feet tall. And this thing is hanging off the side of it, so yeah, it's about 30. Did I read that up?
I remember 30 feet because I remember
about 30 feet above the surface.
Oh, you could probably survive.
These D&D module books are not. Sometimes they use the word for numbers, and sometimes they use the number, and it's not always in there. So yes, about 30 feet above the surface of the swamp.
Gotcha.
As you stand around, remember there is a door on the opposite side of the tower from the basket, so there are windows in this thing. There's possibly a method to go up through it.
Grammatically, John, you should know this too. That numbers that are single digit, you should just write as the word for the number, and if it's larger than single digit, you should write the number.
Unless
grammatically,
of course, the first
sure.
one you use is larger. It's like if you've got a 50 and a 5, if you write the 50 out as a word, you got to write the 5 out as a word as well, grammatically.
Sure. That makes complete sense.
So really, they're way off the rails here.
Sir excuse me. So he told you his name. Sir Talavar speaks again. Yes. He says, "I would beg of you, please save me, but also, those snakes are quite large. Do not wake them."
Yeah, it'll be all right. We can handle it. It'll be all right.
Do the brambles go up to the door as well? Like, there's no path to the door?
There's no path to the door. The brambles are up to the door. They're pretty thick around the door. They're thick enough to cover up these snakes if they're there.
I pop the dust.
All right.
I fly up and grab them.
Okay.
And then I come back down.
All right. Prince pops the fairy dust that he got from the Witchlight Carnival. The fairy dust gives him 1 minute of flight time. He flies up into the basket. Inside the basket...
It's a snake!
No, there's no snake in the basket.
It's tricking me.
Let's see here. Inside the basket, you can't see Sir Talavar from the ground. But when you get to the basket, you see that there is a bird cage inside of the basket with this creature inside. Sir Talavar.
Oh my gosh! I kill it. It's an insect.
A small fairy dragon with a curled mustache and soul patch.
Heavens!
He's purple in color. He's got a little sword around his hip and gloves on. Otherwise, he is naked, and he is inside this bird cage. Inside of this as well. You see an unfortunate scene, the corpse of who you can only assume is Wigglewog, the balloon's bullywug pilot,
I want to eat him.
who died in the crash. The silver bird cage lies on its side with Sir Talavar inside. He is a violet fairy dragon. And he says, "Splendid, you can fly. Wonderful. Please take me out of here. I do not want to be eaten by a snake or fall to my doom."
I grab the cage.
He's in a bird cage.
Is it so? The bird cage is attached to the thing, or it's just?
It's just laying in the floor.
I grab it and I fly back down to the ground quick because
Shake it around for 20 minutes.
in one day.
All right, so you bring this bird cage back to the ground. You now are holding a bird cage with a small fairy dragon inside of it, who has called himself Sir Talavar.
I'm gonna roll insight on this guy. So how is the dead thing in the cage with him?
No, the bullywog is like... So imagine, bullywog is John's size, a frog feller, a humanoid frog feller. And Sir Talavar is like
He's tiny.
Yeah, he's tiny. He's in a
but
bird
the
cage.
bullywog was in the
Basket.
The
He's
basket.
in the basket. He's dead in the basket.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm rolling
sorry.
insight on this guy.
All over.
Also, yeah, to describe to those listening at home, a bullywog is a humanoid frog creature. Picture whatever you pictured for the rabbits, but this time with a frog.
And
Cool.
larger.
What's that children's book? Not Franklin. Don't picture Franklin. He's a turtle.
He's a turtle. Kermit.
No,
but
not
6
Kermit.
feet tall, 7 feet tall, and buff.
Kermit, but willing to give you, but able to give you
I know.
nightmares. All right, go ahead. Sorry, you want to roll
Kermit
insight?
the frog.
20! Not natural.
All right.
Is he lying to me?
He does. He looks like he's telling the truth. He seems to be a scared fairy dragon.
Are you talking about the leapster things?
Maybe
Hold
no.
him
It's like an
over.
old one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Toad and frog. I don't know.
That sounds like a thing.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like a
they're
children's
like,
book.
No, they're like, it's like the book that is usually like an old looking book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read that before.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah, it's like a child's book.
Kid's
Man
he's
frog.
wearing like a petticoat.
But he says to you, "Ooh, splendid!
Mr.
Thank you
Toad.
so much for saving me."
Why were you in the cage? Why are you in the cage?
Oh, well, I journeyed here. I'm here from my realm, on behalf of the Summer Queen, Titania. We're having problems in our land, and we sought to come to Prismere. I sought to come to Prismere as her emissary, her ambassador. I sought to come to Prismere to talk to Queen Zybilna, the queen of this land, much as Titania is the queen of our land. But I learned the dark truth. Do you know the dark truth as well?
She's imprisoned?
Yes.
Yeah, we heard a bit
Queen
of that too.
Zybilna is imprisoned by the Hourglass Coven.
Yes.
Right?
3 devilish hags. And
Right.
I was imprisoned by Bavlona Blightstraw in this magical prison. And he shakes the birdcage a little bit. But my bullywog friend, Wigglewog, excuse me, it's been a hard day. My bullywog friend, Wigglewog, he tried to save me. But as I said, a harsh wind blew us off course. And now we are here at this Slenty Tower. And I am locked in this cage.
Prince,
Yes.
that magical fairy dust that you used,
Hmm?
you think a magical fairy dragon could produce some as well? Help
Can you?
replenish your stock?
Can you produce magical fairy dust to make us
Squeeze him
fly?
hard enough.
I do not believe I can produce magical fairy dust, but please,
Have
also,
you tried?
I have come to my senses. Your Highness, I apologize for being so forthright with my speech. First, please allow me to bow to you. Even though I am trapped and imprisoned, I cannot lose my knightly ways. Chivalry is not dead, sire. It is a pleasure to see you.
And
He
you as
bows.
well.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you said you weren't really a prince. There was confusion with words.
I like tap the crown.
So, yeah, we'll just roll with it. We'll roll with it. Look,
It appears to be something here.
Right, Mr. Tallywhacker, what, you didn't
Sir
get too
Talavar.
far, right?
Sir Talavar, my friend. Sir Talavar.
Right, that too, but you didn't get so very far. You went to go and see, the queen.
Mhm.
That wasn't happening. What else have you, we just got here ourselves.
I arrived to see that the realms have been splintered. This area we are in, Hither, it is not connected to anywhere else. Zybilna cut off from her whole realm. She has been usurped by the hags of the Witchlight Coven. And Bavlona Blightstraw in Downfall imprisoned me. In her nasty swamp home.
Right, so does it seem like, hey, if you're not back home in a certain time, maybe they'll send somebody to come find you, or...
Oh no, I do not believe there's too much going on in our kingdom. No one will be coming for me. I must make it home and tell Titania of this horrible thing that's happened, that we will not be receiving help from Prismere.
What's going on in your home?
Just all
Something-
manner of
something
goofed
similar?
up stuff. Yes, I mean, well, certainly not the
Civil
Hourglass
unrest,
Coven, but yes, lots of civil unrest.
rampant racism,
Our enemies.
gas prices.
Our enemies are gathering. No,
Can you...
Food shortage.
they don't
So-
call it the Feywild for nothing, Your Highness.
COVID.
I know this. You yes. We, my friend here, Eric, and I, we have a vested interest in finding this Bavlona Blightstraw.
Oh, you do.
Yes. We have business to see with her. Do you know where she is?
Yes, I do. I
Where?
do know where Babylon Brightstraw. She's
behind you.
She lives in a
Swing him around.
she lives in a spooky cottage that sits on stilts in the town of Downfall, where she makes her home, as well as where bullywogs tend to make their home as well. The town of bullywogs in Downfall.
Downfall. Got it. So,
And, you know, I know we don't Babylon of Blightstraw, quite the hag, but the bullywogs of Downfall, they are quite courteous and welcoming, provided you do not offend them.
How do we avoid offending them?
How do you avoid offending anyone?
Well, do they have special customs?
we just don't try.
The customs of this land, the customs of Prismere, from what I've learned, are as follows, and they are threefold. But, of course, they have not been adhered to so strictly, now that Bavlona is in control and the hags of the coven have usurped Queen Zybilna. But there are laws of hospitality here in Prismere, from what I've learned in tales in my short time here. There is one.
All right.
Hospitality. If a friend or an enemy or a stranger enters your home, you are expected to be gracious and accommodating to them until such a time as they prove that they do not wish you well, by their words or actions. If they do not deserve the hospitality, you need not give it. But a friend, an enemy, or a stranger, if they enter your home, hospitality is key here in Prismere. Also, ownership, private property. If something is yours, it need not be stolen, and you need not steal from others. Stealing is bad. Do not steal. Not a good thing to do. And finally, my favorite one to say, the rule of reciprocity. When a friend, an enemy, or a stranger offers you a gift, you are obliged to accept it and offer something of comparable value, be it a gift or service, in return. Such reciprocation need not happen immediately, though. But just know, the land of Prismere is a land of tit for tat. And tat for tit.
So, would
Interesting.
everyone recognize this as 3 rules?
Well,
Yeah, I'd say so.
certainly before the fall of Prismere and the splintering of the realm, these rules were instated by Zybilna that these were her preferred methods of dealing with people dealing with one another.
I feel as though this bit of stuff that Eric learned, the rule of 3, the save the queen, and all that,
Right.
it seems needlessly complicated. I don't know why he didn't just come out and say to free the queen and watch out for the 3 hags.
Oh no, sometimes you gotta rhyme with
It
these kind of
seems
things.
like a very simple situation. I don't know if these 3 rules are supposed to fit into it.
Well, I think it's more like a roadmap for how we're to engage in this land. Because, what's his name?
Talavar.
Talavar here said that this place is called Hither. And that was part of the incantation to make the mirror work, to get us here.
Yes.
So maybe the other places are called those things that we said in that thing.
Look,
It's all connected. He's just trying to give us hints and clues because he can't actually help us.
True.
Which, right, both of them.
maybe. So hey, Mr. Towerbar, if
Yes. Your name?
my name's Meek. It's Meek.
Sir Meek.
Meek.
Pleasure
No,
to meet
just
you.
Meek. Just
Oh,
Meek.
very
Look,
well.
if those rules apply, then what's it worth for us to get you out of this tiny little prison?
Well, whatever I give back to you... You know what? How about this? This sword of mine, not merely a dagger to you, but a sword to me, can be yours if you free me from this
For the
silver
low
prison.
price.
When you say the sword, you mean you with the sword or just the sword?
Just the sword. I must return home.
I open it.
Can
can't-
we keep the prison?
It's locked.
Hey, Rusty,
Oh,
There's
what
a-
is this?
There's a
sword?
big stinky lock on it.
you got some big stinky tools. Can work on this.
I could give it a shot.
What does this sword do?
I've used it for stabbing and slashing. But, sir, Tiny, you are wearing armor. You must be a knight, albeit a smelly one.
I am recently cleaned.
You've been in the mud a while, I can tell. Though. Your name,
I
sir?
also failed to climb a snail several times. I'm Rusty Panache.
Rusty Panache, that has quite a ring to it. Sir Rusty, I can assure you that I believe, excuse me, I believe very much in your abilities, though I just met you, but this is a magical prison in which I find myself. I fear that none of your regular tools will be enough to open them, but I do know who has the key.
Key.
Tell
All
us.
right, who's got a key?
It's probably, you're going to laugh when I say the name, but it's a
Probably.
young goblin named Jingle Jangle.
Yep. I'll get that a chuckle.
You're still easily
I got
amused.
spurs.
Nope, I am not.
That jingle, jingle, jangle.
It is for the duration of while I'm at the Witchlight Carnival.
No, I thought it was until dawn,
Where
Or,
is
or the conclusion of the Witchlight Carnival.
which is that.
We conclude.
midnight?
We concluded
Where
it
is
hard.
this Jingle Jangle and his jangly jingle?
Well, this Jingle Jangle finds herself...
Oh, it's a woman.
A lot of these
Jingle
around
Jangle
here.
finds herself on Tellamy Hill,
Telling me hill.
which I am certain we will find if we only go in its direction.
Agreed. What do you know about this tower?
This tower? I know very little. I only know that it was beneath me when I began to fall from the sky.
Quite.
Seems a bit high and mighty of you.
No, beneath me spatially.
Oh,
How big is this?
Its value I do not know.
How big is the cage?
The cage is like, probably a foot across, 2 feet high. Something you can, with a handle on top.
I'm gonna sling him over my
Okay.
shoulder.
Your Highness, please, be
Gently.
gentle, I beg of you.
I'll do it gently, but I'll hoist him over my shoulder.
Gotcha.
So
Gently hoist him.
where is this Telemy Hill? Where is it at?
Telling me where it's at.
In a westerly direction, as far as I can tell.
Grand. Shall we go?
sure.
Do we
Do
want
we
to?
want to explore the tower?
As we're going to ask. You decide, Eric. Yes or no?
I don't really want to risk my life just to figure out what this castle
So,
is.
I'm in
Oh,
agreement
it's
with the
been-
bugbear. These snakes, again, you did not see them. They're sleeping in the brambles, but they are quite large and very constricty.
Well, that's fine with me. Let's leave.
it's been 4
Yeah, it's
hours
been.
since we left. Would that have been enough time to follow the rabbit folk to Harengon, wherever they're going? And
Oh yeah,
And
that
be
your
back.
your raven would likely have returned by now.
okay. So, hey, I mean, let's see what we can find. Des, can you go check it out?
So
Is there
whenever
like a
your
window up top or
whenever your raven returns,
turrets, parapets?
whenever your raven returns, it flies back to you, and the information you get is that it tried its best to follow the hares, but eventually, after it tried to catch up with them, it tried to go the same direction, but it just kept getting turned around, and so that's why it eventually came back. It wasn't able to actually follow that way. It seemed like no matter which way it went, it ended up coming back in your direction towards this tower.
Good job, buddy. You gave it your best.
So it does say, it kind of gives you a shrug and flies off in the direction that Sir Talavar pointed, though, to go see if it can check out Tellamy Hill.
Nope. I was going to see if there was a window or something
sorry,
on the
yeah,
tower.
you wanted to check the tower. Okay, yes, so it flies up next to the tower. As it flies up, it notices the bullywug in the basket, and then it goes up to one of the top windows of the tower. See what I
Revealing
find in the tower here.
Mountain of Gold.
The interior of the tower seems to be empty, except for a flight of stairs that spirals up the inside wall to an opening in the ceiling that leads to a crenellated roof. So the tower seems to be an empty tower, long ago emptied out.
Dang.
So he's within like 100 feet, so I can see what he's seeing.
Yes.
And boys, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot inside. I think we cut our losses. Go ahead and head towards this. Tell me, please.
Sounds good to me.
And little fairy dragon, does your friend need to be buried or have valuables?
It could be both. I mean, realistically, it could be both.
I don't believe he had any valuables, but
Okay, let's go.
An honorable burial is not always the right of the Valorfield. The Valorant.
Yeah, because I don't think we have a mop. It's pretty squishy.
Disgusting.
Squishy.
He did smell very, very strongly of frog.
Anyways.
Don't we all?
As they would.
Anyways.
So off towards the key.
Television.
We'll be riding the snail.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well,
I've
we
always wanted to ride a snail.
We could always walk faster than the snail.
Oh,
But we need to keep it.
Not as fun. Actually, doesn't the snail have like? It's got like the same or better movement than us because we're in the swampy area.
Are we still in the swampy area?
Yeah, it's all swamp, baby.
Oh, it's all swamp. Never mind.
Oh,
It's all swamp.
Climate.
It's all swamp. Always has been.